Portuguese capital, Lisbon, lies on the western Iberia Peninsula, where the Tagus River meets the Atlantic Ocean. Settled almost 3,000 years ago, the city predates Rome, Paris, and London by centuries and possesses an epic narrative to match. From its early days as a Phoenician outpost to its expansion into a 16th century trading giant, from the Great Earthquake of 1755 to its glorious reconstruction, Lisbon has long been a city of shifting fortunes. For much of the 20th century, the city floundered, but the winds of fate have again shifted in Lisbon's favor. No longer a place of faded glory, 21st century Lisbon is again a place of possibilities. This is a city whose journey has forever been tied to the sea. So it's not surprising that many of her most important landmarks can be found along the waterfront. Rising from the banks of the Tagus River, the fortified elegance of the Torre de Belém stands as a reminder of Portuguese prestige and power in days of old. Just upriver rises the monument of the Discoveries, which celebrates the nation's most revered seafarers, such as Prince Henry the Navigator, Vasco da Gama, and Ferdinand Magellan. Climb to the rooftop and look down upon the Mapa Mundi below, which charts the routes and discoveries of Portugal's intrepid mariners. Nearby, continue your voyage into Lisbon's seafaring past at the Jerónimos Monastery. Vasco da Gama spent his last night in prayer on this site before departing on his epic voyage to the Orient in 1497. At the Museum of Art, Architecture and Technology. Further upriver, the Portuguese love of the sea continues at the city's acclaimed Oceanário, where hundreds of species glide by in a celebration of a global ocean. From here, climb aboard the cable car and glide upriver again for bird's-eye views of the city and the 11-mile-long Ponte Vasco da Gama, the longest bridge in Europe. The waterfront is also where you'll find the city's grand gateway, Praça do Comércio. This great square in the center of the Baixa district was once the home of the royal palace, until 1755, when a natural disaster changed Lisbon and Europe forever. If Praça do Comércio is the city's gateway, the Rossio is its heart. Since the Middle Ages, Lisbon's citizens have gathered here for bullfighting and celebrations. Today, it's the perfect place to relax by the cool of its fountains and on the waves of its patterned pavement. Lisbon's love of creativity isn't just confined to her galleries. You'll find it amid urban renewal projects like the LX Factory, which has breathed new life into the city's fabric factories, which fell silent long ago. You'll find creativity on the communal tables of the Mercado da Ribeira, where some of the city's most innovative chefs and brewers reinterpret age-old traditions. Lisbon has always been a city of discovery, so when you're ready to explore a little further afield, you'll find no end of adventure. Less than 20 miles west of the city is Cascais, an ancient fishing village that was woken from its slumber when Lisbon's nobility discovered its golden bays in the late 1800s. From Sintra, it's just a short drive to the incredible coastline of the Sintra-Cascais Natural Park. spend a few days exploring some of Europe's most beautiful beaches, such as Praia das Maçãs, named after the apples which floated downriver from the nearby orchards and washed up upon its sands. From here, venture southward and explore the remote beaches of Adraga and Ursa, where the Atlantic waves have carved a dramatic coastline straight from Homer's Odyssey. At Cape Roca, stand upon the cliff top, which until the 14th century was considered the end of the world. Here, on the westernmost point in mainland Europe, 400 feet above the pounding Atlantic, it's easy to understand how Lisbon's seafarers were drawn to see what lay over those far horizons. Yet, no matter what wonders they saw, what riches they found, they always yearned to return to their city, Lisbon, the Queen of the Sea.